life, there are laws. In growth, there are laws. If you want to learn and grow, you must observe, pay attention, and take decisive action to ensure these laws work in your favor and not against you. The greatest achievers on earth pay attention to the laws of growth and success, so they not only achieve more, but also live a richer, more fuller life. Here are the 4 important laws of growth. Pay attention, listen closely, take notes, and take action. Number 1, speak less. Number 2, listen more. Number 3, react less. Number 4, observe more. Now listen closely as we go over each law, why it is important, and how to go about applying it in your life. Number 1, speak less. Let your results speak for you. You don't always need to tell everyone what you're up to or what you're planning to achieve. Let your results do the talking. People will notice and respect you more if they see your results before they hear your plans. The majority of great achievers talk less than they work. They talk less than they achieve. You'll rarely find a great man or woman talking more than they achieve. In fact, if you think about how ridiculous that statement is, you'll understand it is impossible. How can one be great if their talking outweighs their doing? If their results are less than their words? That is not greatness. It is ignorance and arrogance. Talk less, do more. Let your results speak for you. Number 2, listen more. You cannot learn if you do not listen. You cannot grow if you do not learn. So, learn to listen more. Learn to listen better, more intently. Listen with purpose and intention to get something out of it. If you are serious about making your life as great as it can be, you should be committed to be an eternal learner, a student of life. You should be as committed to curiosity as a child. The kind of curiosity and presence that will enable you to notice things others do not, and that will give you the advantage. Take in advice from the best teachers and learn from the failures of the worst teachers. You really can learn from everyone, from the greatest failures and the greatest achievements. Pay attention, listen more to be more. Number 3, react less. The less you react, the better you can respond. Don't jump to conclusions or let your emotions overpower you. You have to discipline your emotions and your reactions to every person and every circumstance in your life. Discipline gives you power, and this is especially true when it comes to controlling your emotions. There's an important quote that says, "One of the best lessons you can learn in life is to master how to remain calm." When it all seems too hard, remain calm. When it all seems too good, remain calm. Don't overreact. Don't over-celebrate. Master calm. Practice being calm in all situations, looking at every situation objectively and calmly so you can respond effectively. As the saying goes, learn to discipline your emotions, because if you don't, your enemies will use them against you. Number 4, observe more. The closer you observe, the better your understanding. And the better your understanding, the better your decisions will be. Pay close attention to those you admire. The people who are living a life similar to that you want to live. Pay close attention to the teachings you want to master, the principles you want to master, the skills and habits you want to develop. Observe what works and what doesn't work in your own life. Pay attention and observe yourself, how you feel physically and mentally after all events and circumstances. Observe, evaluate, and make changes accordingly. And finally, the principle of growth everyone must add to the recipe: take action. As Bruce Lee said, knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. If you want anything in life, it's not coming to you while you sit on your hands. Get up, get out there, and get it. Make a decision that you want it, and do whatever it takes to get it.
For example, I always thought it took 21 days to build a habit. It seems easy, but if anyone has ever set a New Year's resolution before, you know that this isn't an exact figure. In fact, it can take up to 254 consecutive days for a new habit to take root. That's a long time, y'all. Most of us can't even brush our teeth for 254 days in a row. And think about it. Without that everyday consistency, your 253-day streak can drop right back down to zero with a single decision. And another thing, the power of the human brain to interpret stimulus is downright magical. It's the same text that empowered one user to divorce an abusive partner empowered another to propose to the love of their life. Stories like these shine a light on the brain's incredible ability to stretch and personalize new information, and it encourages people to take ownership of their own growth instead of pawning it off to someone or something else like I used to do. But typically it's not one mystical text that changes or saves the life. For me, it's been hundreds of tiny interruptions gradually eroding my stubborn, destructive habits over the course of months and years. Now, our messages have led countless users to positive life change, from checking into addiction treatment to calling 911 seconds before a suicide attempt. But don't let any of that distract or fool you. It's not the text that's turning someone's life right side up. It's the user's own brain. Has anyone here broken a bone before, just by a show of hands? Okay, so think of Cope Notes and any other personal growth resource like a cast on a broken leg. The cast doesn't heal your leg heals your leg. Your body is designed to heal itself. The cast, although itchy and uncomfortable, simply keeps everything in place so that your leg can heal itself correctly. Still no magic potion, still no fairy dust, just your anatomy doing what it does best. And deep down, I think our brains want to be healthier. I think we're all hungry for growth. But the way we think about growth might be holding us back. So first of all, I want us to rethink this eureka moment myth. Growth takes time. Lots of it. We can't just work out on Saturday and expect to look like The Rock on Sunday. I mean, think about it. We'd never ask WWE superstar Dwayne The Rock Johnson, can you tell us about the one push-up that got you into the shape you're in today? We would never do that. We know that physical change is complicated and it takes time. So why do we expect mental and emotional change to happen instantly? We need to embrace the idea that slow, incremental change is sustainable and effective, even if it's not as romantic as we'd like it to be. And speaking of The Rock, we need to rethink this rock bottom mentality. A lot of us are under the impression that we need to hit rock bottom before we start turning our lives around, and that's simply not true. We don't need to wait until January to make a resolution. There is no quota or threshold we have to meet before we can qualify to make real, concrete change in our everyday life. In fact, the sooner we start making an effort, the better. And yes, that means we can start today.